Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Smith, President of the BC Government and Service Employees Union. Your union, our union. As we head into the home stretch of 2018, I wanted to take a minute to say thank you for everything that you've done for our union and its members this year. I'm going to put it out there, 2018 was an extraordinary year for the BCGEU. On top of everything you do on a daily basis to support and engage members in work sites and in your communities, there was a lot going on. For the first time in a long time, many of our local and component elections were contested. And it was a real pleasure to see a new generation of activists and leaders step up, bringing new energy and fresh perspectives. And it's been great to see our more seasoned members step up as mentors and femtors, sharing the knowledge and experience gained over years of frontline activism. You took advantage of innovative new training and development opportunities, including a revamped curriculum for local leadership training, the first ever conference for Labor Code OH&S facilitators, and a regional women's conference in Victoria that established our union as a powerful voice in the movement for gender equality in Canada. You were out on the streets of your communities, working those phone lines and social media to get labor-friendly candidates elected and get worker-focused issues like housing affordability on the agenda in the fall municipal elections. And you were out in force to show your solidarity for our BCGEU family in the casino sector, who took on their employers at the bargaining table, in the courts, and on the picket lines, and they won. And of course, you supported our brothers, sisters, and friends in CUPW, whose fight for their constitutional right to free and fair collective bargaining is the fight of all working people. You shared your stories to support our union's submission to the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls Commission of Inquiry. And because of your vision and persistence, the BCGEU was the only union withstanding in the inquiry, and it was an honor to deliver our submission to the commissioners in person on your behalf. There's a link to the video of our submission and a copy of our report in the message that's going to come with this video. I could go on, but you get the point. Thanks to your activism, working people in BC are doing better than they have been in years. And the BCGEU and the labor movement in our province is stronger and more unified than ever. I spent the last week of November surrounded by many of you as part of our BCGEU delegation at the BC Federation of Labor's biannual convention. It was a great week for our union. Not only were our activists at the mics all week, alone and in groups, raising their voices and making us all proud, but 3 of them got elected to positions, including Suzanne Skidmore, who was unanimously elected as Secretary-Treasurer of the BC Fed. It was a great week for our movement because we emerged with a renewed sense of purpose thanks to some incredible speakers. And I want to mention one in particular, Tracy Prezzo from the IBEW in the US. Tracy talked about the impact of the US Supreme Court's Janus decision, which was expected to gut union density, but actually hasn't. And Tracy's message about why it hasn't was simple and powerful. Historically, the strength, success, and growth of the labor movement wasn't just about wages and benefits and working conditions. It was about the collective fight for fairness, dignity, and respect for working people, not just union members, all working people. And the future strength, success, and growth of the labor movement, no matter what challenges we face from governments or employers or courts, will be about exactly the same thing. Connecting with each other over our shared values, fairness, dignity, respect, working together to defend those values on behalf of all working people. Well, you know, you should really hear it from her directly, and there's a link to her YouTube video in the email that came with this message. Take a few minutes to watch it. I encourage you to actually share it with your fellow activists, and hey, why not with your friends and family, especially those who aren't union members. So 2019, it's going to be another big year for our union, our movement, our province, and our country. It's the BCGEU centenary, and it's also the 100th anniversary of the Winnipeg General Strike. Provincially, we're going to find out the results of the electoral reform referendum. And federally, the final report and recommendations of the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls Commission of Inquiry are due in the spring. And there's an election in October. Moving into 2019, it's Tracy's message that I'm going to come back to remind myself why the work we do as activists matters and where to focus our efforts moving forward. Thanks to you, the BCGEU is growing faster and doing more for working people of BC than any other union. And we plan to keep that momentum going in 2019, supporting and engaging our members, organizing new work sites, training and mentoring new activists, and always fighting for fairness, dignity, and respect for working people whenever and wherever we get the chance. So in closing, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the work that you've done in 2018 and for all we're going to do together in 2019.